And pomegranate is extremely important, and there's two reasons for that. Pomegranate is anti-cancer in its own right. We have a good pomegranate concentrate that will enhance the anti-cancer effects of resveratrol. It also, the quercetin also has anti-cancer effects, and you can see what's happening here. As you take these things together, you get synergistic activity. Super Phytogenol Forte, the one you see here, this is a key factor because it represents the greatest, highest potency collection of catechin antioxidant bioflavonoids that I could find anywhere in the world. And it's anti-cancer. It keeps the stretch up in your blood vessels, so it prevents rosacea, hardening of the arteries, varicose veins, hemorrhoids, something that Nordic individuals are very, very susceptible to. Alzheimer's disease, you saw the slide up before. There may be another one again, I hope. One of my favorite slides. It showed you a normal brain, an Alzheimer's brain, an advanced Alzheimer's brain, and in the lower right-hand corner, a little brain of a child. That's why Alzheimer's was known as the second childhood. Kripps Pharmacy has these things like resveratrol and various other ingredients that actually stop the progress of Alzheimer's. Fish oil EC, for example, stops Alzheimer's. That's been published in mainstream conservative peer-reviewed journals. So these things all do multiple things, and they interlock. They help one another to be more effective. So you can take a smaller number of pills and get the maximum done. The reason I've got this pomegranate slide up here, and it's extremely important you remember this, there's been 2 studies done, one in Sweden and one in Israel. They've showed that pomegranate concentrate, the juice for example, just as little as about 2 to 4 ounces of juice a day, cleans out the arteries, the carotid arteries, which is one of the major factors of dementia, not only in the carotid artery but also in the brain. And you can't convince me that just because the study was of the carotid artery that it doesn't happen and is not effective in the rest of your brain, okay? What these studies have showed is just in a matter of 3 months, the Swedish study showed that there was a maximization of the clearing out of the carotid arteries in people that had severe hardening of the arteries of the carotid arteries, and elsewhere in the body, of course, but they were only studying the carotid artery. There was a progressive increase, a slow, small, incremental increase over a year. This is the Swedish study. The Israeli study, on the other hand, found, because they're usually Israeli scientists, I've got to tip my hat to them, they're very, very bright people. And they're very meticulous, and they're very aggressive, and they ferret out the truth. They found that there was an improvement in the carotid artery status for over a year, maximizing after 3 to 4 years. My tendency is to believe the Israeli results because I like people that are bold. They seize the moment, and basically they will present what they feel without restriction, and they'll make a step beyond. And this is for your benefit, folks, because all of us are suffering hardening of the arteries throughout our bodies, not just in the carotid artery, all of us. And if you have Nordic genetics, it's a lot more than the dark-skinned, dark-eyed, dark-haired people usually.